Hi, this is Tom Notarianni, the founder of the Peaceful Mind Center, and I've been asked by a few people to make some videos specifically for seniors as we struggle with isolation during the global pandemic. I think the first thing that I want to talk about, and this will be a series of videos, is depression. In working with the senior population, and I want to give a particular shout out to all my friends at Harbor's Edge. I love you all so very much, and I miss you, and I hope that you are doing well, and you are very much in my heart at all times. And so I know this is going to reach you guys, and I'm sort of tailoring it for you. I know that many of you have worked with me for many years, so I can speak to you in a way that perhaps I wouldn't speak to other people. But I am going to put this out for the general population to see. But I am definitely speaking with you all in mind. So working there, I realized that seniors who have a lot of time to themselves have a lot of time with their minds. At that part of our life, there's no working. Sometimes spouses have passed away, and there's a lot of time to be alone with your mind. So if you don't understand your mind, the mind can be very upsetting to you. The mind can make life really not fun for you. So now you add in all of the fears, all of the anxiousness, all of the uncertainty that comes with what's happening around the world right now. And that is a recipe for a very difficult inner state. And so when we talk about depression, okay, what we're really talking about is our internal state. So the first thing that we have to understand is that what's going on outside of us right now, we have no control over. We have very, very little control of what's happening if we have any control at all. Okay? But where we do have control is the way that we react internally to it. So there's a couple of things that you need to know about your mind in order to work with your mind to make this even a fun experience for you as opposed to a suffering experience to you. The first thing is that your mind deals horribly with uncertainty. And all we have is uncertainty. So what's happening now is that your mind tends to create the worst case scenarios out in the future and start to live like they're real. Okay? You have to be aware that your mind has a tendency to do this. Just being conscious of that is enough to stop it. You'll see yourself doing it, you'll see your mind doing it, and then you can consciously take your attention away from it. Okay? Depression is also a function of chemistry. What I've noticed too about many seniors is that for some reason, many of you don't want to drink water. I don't know why, but water always seems to be an issue. Okay? There's a woman from Harbor's Edge named, well, I'm not going to say her name because I know that there are HIPAA things and stuff like that. But she said to me one time, she said, I was feeling terrible, but I listened to you. I was having a terrible week. And I asked myself, am I drinking water? I don't think I'm drinking water. I started drinking water and it all went away. And so you have to understand that there is a chemistry, a brain chemistry that affects the way that you perceive and the way that you feel. If a doctor gives you an antidepressant medication, it doesn't change your circumstances. What it changes is your brain chemistry. And when it changes your brain chemistry, it changes the way that you perceive and the way that you feel. Okay. Everything that you eat and drink, everything that you put into your body changes your brain chemistry. So you have to know what helps your brain chemistry and what hurts your brain chemistry. Okay? Things like water, vegetables, all the things your mother told you were good for you tend to create a very positive brain chemistry. Okay? Things like sugar, alcohol, cigarettes, those types of things create a very difficult brain chemistry where it's much more easy to be depressed. So you have to do your part. You can have a peaceful mind, but you can't be lazy and have a peaceful mind, okay? You can take a container of water and you can put lines on it, okay? 10 a.m., 12 a.m., 2 a.m., and so on. And just so that you know that you're drinking that water all the way down each day. When your brain is hydrated, your brain is 80% water, arguably. And when your brain is hydrated, it works great. And when your brain is dehydrated, it doesn't work well at all. Okay? The foods that you eat, sometimes we skip meals. That's terrible. Your body goes into like a starvation mode. Your metabolism starts slowing down. And one of the worst things you can do for your brain is not have healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinner, space your food out, and make sure that your brain always knows that it's getting the nutrients that it needs. Okay? Um, so the very first part of dealing with depression is making sure that you're taking care of yourself physically. You're making sure that you're hydrated. You're making sure that your nutrition is good. Okay? The next thing is that affects your brain chemistry in a very positive way is exercise. And it doesn't have to be tremendous, strenuous exercise, but you'll notice that having your heart rate elevated for a minimum of about 8 minutes, you will find changes you physiologically and put your mind in a different state. Exercise is one of the most powerful antidepressants. So there's going to be two different kind of people, right? There's going to be the person who is laying around at home, perhaps sipping wine, not really eating well, not being hydrated, isolated in their apartment, feeling like, oh, I'm so depressed, right? Then there's going to be the person who gets up, makes a healthy breakfast, drinks plenty of water, maybe takes some vitamins or some other supplements, goes for a brisk walk, if that's being allowed where you are, um, and is actively working on creating the causes and conditions for their mind to be peaceful. Okay? And so it is the people who are actually doing the things that to take care of their mind, they're not going to suffer this nearly as much. The ones who are just being, as we say in Italian, stunata about it, being very thick-headed about it, and just wanting to do nothing and wanting to complain all the time, they're going to really suffer and suffer and suffer. And while this isn't going to last forever, it'll be definitely at least another few weeks. And so, we've got to develop a practice, to keep ourselves centered inside that we do every day. Those of you that work with me are very familiar with something called a Zen list, okay? And a Zen list is like the size of a business card, and on your Zen list, you have everything that you need to do to make it a good day for you, okay? To create the causes and conditions for your mind to be peaceful. And, it's like make the bed, have breakfast, meditate, exercise, keep your house clean, make sure your finances are in order, okay? Those types of things all create the causes and conditions for your mind to be peaceful, and you've got to do them every day, okay? And so basically, what I'm saying to you is you have to know how to take care of yourself. That's probably the easier part. And then you have to actually take care of yourself. That's not so simple, okay? Because we tend to be lazy. We tend to be very much rooted in our habits. And so to change those habits, particularly when your resistance up and you're feeling maybe a little scared, it's going to be very challenging for you, okay? Write down a list of things that you want to do every day. I call it a Zen list. You can call it what you want. And just start by checking them off, all right? By writing them down and having a list every day that you physically check off, you're taking the burden off of your mind to remember what to do every day. Okay? You don't want to have to remember. You want to sit down, figure out what your plan is, write your plan down for each day, and then execute that plan every day. Okay? Another really important part of having a peaceful mind is, of course, meditation, and I would be remiss if I didn't at least touch on meditation in this video. Okay? Some of you are very familiar with meditation, others are not. We have a YouTube channel where you can type in the Peaceful Minds Center, minds with an S, and you'll see our channel, and there is a playlist button. You click the playlist button, and you'll see full satsangs that I've taught, and you'll also see a list of about 10 or 12 meditations. You can click on one of those meditations. They're vary in length, and I will be there to guide you through meditation. Okay? Um, it's not what's happening that's the problem. It's how we're reacting internally that's the problem. And people start isolating, people start being in too close of quarters together, they start getting on each other's nerves, weird things start to happen. But what's really happening, and remember this, is that people are feeling upset inside, feeling anxious, feeling depressed, and they can't manage their inner world. So if you're one of those people that can manage your inner world, then you have to look around and understand that the people around you are suffering. Even if they're acting like total idiots, which will happen, the medicine is compassion. Understand that they're suffering, okay? When someone has a broken leg, it's very easy to be compassionate toward them. When someone has a broken mind, we want to knock them over the head and make them wrong. And I tell you something, a broken mind is way more painful than a broken leg. So try to be compassionate for the people around you. If you're someone that has a strong practice, know that when you bring your consciousness into a conversation, into a room, into a situation, it raises the consciousness of everyone around you. When people are getting upset and they're going up, 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 you come down, down, down. Okay? And you stay calm and peaceful, and you will find that the people around you will remain calm and peaceful. All right? So this is just the beginning video of what's going to be a series of videos for seniors, during the coronavirus outbreak. And I look forward to talking with you more and more about these things. If anybody needs individual help, I'm available. If anybody has any questions that they want to be answered on a video or has a suggestion for a video, please send it to me. I really love your ideas, and I need to know what's going on for you so that I can help you properly. So I hope that this has been helpful to you, and I hope that you really take seriously that the way that you're eating, the water that you're drinking, meditating, keeping your place clean, and so forth is really going to create the causes and conditions for your inner state to be much more calm. All right? Um, I promise you that all of this will be over soon. Before you know it, we'll be looking back on it. But until then, let's not only not suffer this, but let's really enjoy it. Okay? I love you guys, and please reach back to me to let me know what you want to hear about. Okay?